Hello and welcome to a walkthrough of Resident Evil 2 Remake, Tofu's Fourth Survivor. This will show you how to get through the game with no damage, so hopefully seeing that will help you at least beat the game. I wouldn't try to replicate this, there's no benefit of doing it, no damage, but it should give you a better strategy and idea of how to beat it. Tofu is interesting and way harder than the Hunk version because he only has knives and no other weapons. So you'll see how we use those to our advantage as we go through. When the game starts, there's going to be two zombies that pop up out of the water, and you want to run by them. And to do that, you kind of touch their back and then make them run attack you, and they just kind of spin around you. We ignore the third guy, run just past him to the right, and then this guy here, we get hit on purpose. And that's something we'll be doing throughout the game. That guy, you can kind of jump on that ledge and get past him without him hitting you, but it's kind of risky, so I like to just take him out with one of our knives there. You're going to have to hit the self-defense button pretty quick, so make sure you're always prepared if you accidentally get hit to hit that so you don't get taken down before you use it. In the next room, go through the door and keep to the right. And you're going to kind of hug the wall and look at that railing and the corner for your guide and keep your body halfway to the right of that. Head for the pole and at the last second before you actually hit it, kind of do a quick loop around, and that should cause the dog to miss you to the right. If you're a little too far to the left or you try to loop too early, the dog might actually bite you. Jump down one level, then jump down to the second level, and we're going to run, avoid the zombies, and go out the door. This is the most random area of the game, and avoiding the dogs is pretty difficult because of how crazy they are. Basically, we're going to run into the first zombie as fast as we can so that we get the knife into their stomach before the dog jumps through. Don't delay or the dog will get you first. After you push the zombie aside, you're going to be on the bridge, and I try to not make eye contact with the dogs, if that makes sense, because they seem to run in a straight line. And running into that zombie would help, but he seems to be turned around all the time, so it's hard. And instead, we just kind of run by him on the left or the right, depending on where we think the dogs are going to go. I wish I had a better way to explain that area, and I can't even do it every time without getting hit. It's super frustrating, but hopefully you can at least make it through there with little damage. Run through the door and keep to the right wall. There's a guy here on the left on the ground that you will often forget is there, and he'll jump up and grab you, so make sure you keep right and then run to the fence and do a big loop around him. Now 5 zombies here. First one is getting up slow, so just run right by. Second one is hiding by the wall, so keep to the right so you don't get hit. Third one, fourth one, and fifth one are here. You want to kind of run into the third one / around to that corner. And then behind the fifth one, if you go too quick, the fifth one might be in your way. And make sure to hug that right railing and keep moving because the zombie might chase you from behind and catch up to you if you're not moving. You might have had to use a knife on the fifth guy if he was in your way, but just make sure to not get bit. And if you see him in your way, run into him on purpose. Now we're at the double G's, and we do want to get hit by one of these guys, but we want to get hit as far towards the tunnel as we possibly can. So stick to the right, try and get through that little gap, and one of them is going to grab you. So you're going to have to use a knife, and once he puts you down, you should be able to slide by both enemies, and make sure you go to the right tunnel, because if you go left, you're going to be trapped. Once we exit the water, there's a guy who gets up. We're going to ignore him, he's too slow. Now this guy up here could be in different positions. He might be right here, he might be at the top of the stairs, and he might be there. With Tofu, you kind of have to loop around him to the left. If you try to slide by the right, you'll make it a few times, but sometimes he is also tilted to the right. So make sure you do that big loop around to the left and go straight in the door. Do not get stuck in the door. This next room at the top of the elevator is one where we use a flashbang with Hunk, but we don't have that. So we're going to have to be careful to get hit by the correct zombies, and you can make it with getting hit by only one if you go to the left, but I prefer to do 2 just to be safe. So go immediately in the gate to the left and get hit by that first zombie. Use the knife to defend and push away. Squeeze by the 2 cop zombies and try to get hit by the zombie right by the stairs. This is actually going to save you from getting hit from behind, and it's going to stun the zombies to where you can sneak out around the corner and up the stairs. Now get your knife licker skills ready. Stay in the center of this path here, and then at the last second, turn to the left, and the licker will either try to tongue or jump on you or something like that. And if you're hugging the left wall, he will actually hit you. So make sure you're in the center and then juke to the left. And then try to get behind him as you swing the knife. If you're in front of him, it's going to be trouble. So try and either get on the side or behind him. And once he starts flailing, he is dead. It's not that hard once you get used to knifing lickers. They're pretty easy. The next part, we're just going to run by all these zombies. First guy gets up slow. Second guy gets up slow. And just keep running. Don't stop or you'll let these zombies activate. So just keep moving, keep moving. There's another one here. Just don't stop. Go right through. And you will be clear of those 3 zombies pretty easily. This next room has a bunch of enemies, and what we're going to do is just do a quick loop around. Loop, 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 loop. And then there's a dog that comes from behind there. This is kind of another random event, so try to get an idea of where the dog is and just use your instinct and try to get to that ladder as soon as possible. There are a bunch of different paths on this part, but this is what I like to do. I like to run to the back area here and then cut to the right and activate these 2 zombies, make them start walking by going there, and then back up and loop around. And what I want to do is hug the pole here and touch this zombie in the corner, the cop zombie. Hit him with the knife and then run forward, 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 because they'll be chasing you from behind. Stick to the left here, don't get hit by that easy one, and then run straight into this licker. Do not try to knife him, do not try to do anything, just let him hit you, and then you'll be able to knife him in self-defense, and then he'll be frozen, and cut left as soon as possible because dogs are chasing you from behind at that point. The game gives you a second to kind of gather yourself, but Mr. X is coming, so be prepared. This dodge is something we figured out, and it seems to work every time. Basically, you want to run to this right corner, go like a foot forward, now back up, and then loop around to the trash cans, and he won't grab you. This next zombie isn't always in this easy to dodge position, and he'll be blocking the door. We want to make sure that if he's facing the door, we lure him towards us and make sure we hit him from the front so we can knife him instead of trying to run through him. There are 3 zombies that get in your way on this room, and you'll probably have to use 2 knives, sometimes only 1. But basically run into the zombies' stomachs so that you use the knife and don't get bit from behind, and give yourself that little stun push. Run out the door as fast as possible and through there before those guys get up, and in the RPD lobby we're actually going to loop around to the right back here, and that is going to let us sneak past this one guy that's in our way. And we run straight through that door. We're going to turn right. There's 1 zombie. You can usually sneak past him like that, but sometimes you'll have to run into him and knife him. And when you get to this door, stop, calm down, and walk. We're going to walk through here, and we're going to turn around, because if we don't and we run, a licker gets us. If we run, Mr. X appears upstairs. So we wait for Mr. X to appear downstairs, and now he can't appear in 2 places at once. So once we're close to the stairs, we start running again. And now Mr. X is coming from behind, but not up here. So here we just run into the zombies that are in our way and make sure that we run into them and not to avoid them. And you should only need to use 2 knives there, and then slide into the locker room. Now 2 plants are here, but don't get scared. All you have to do is run into the first plant and knife him. And that usually means you can run right past both of them after you break free. Occasionally, the second guy will grab you and you'll have to use a second knife, but that's not good, and it doesn't happen often. Now this next door, a zombie's going to pop out, but you have to get close to it or he'll just bang on the door and Mr. X will catch you from behind. So go up to this little molding on the door so that he pops out, and then sneak right by him there, kind of like a looping pattern. And then you're home free in the library, and you can make it back out to the RPD hall. And here we're going to have a dog on the left, and Tofu is a fat guy, so make sure you stick to the right and don't touch the dog. Look how close, but don't touch. If you touch the dog, he will, around this area here, jump and bite you from behind, and it's super annoying, so just don't touch him and he won't bother you. In this door here, we're going to wait. And then I usually try to get that cop to hit me, but this time we hit the first guy, and then we kind of just sneak through, try to find the spaces available to slide through. It's not super easy, and right here, start walking. Do not turn the corner. If you hear the licker roar, just start running. But if you don't hear the licker, he hasn't activated yet, and just walk and then run to the stairs. You can continue to run through that part to the stairs. Just stay in the center, and when the licker comes towards you, move to the left wall so that he misses and then get on the steps. Stairs are Tofu's worst enemy because he cannot use the knife on the stairs. So in order to do this without damage, you're going to have to lure that zombie down to the mid-level. You can do it by just standing there and waiting for him to come down. But zombies coming from behind, Mr. X might be chasing you, and if you push him on or near the stairs, he will grab you because you run slow on the stairs. You can also see Mr. X caught up because that process is long. So instead, what I do is I lure him down the stairs in a chase. It's a very common dodge, but it's super hard to do on the stairs because he'll be extra fast or you'll be extra slow. So you have to get it perfect in order to make him run and avoid. Typically, he'll do a double chase in this mode, but because he's on the stairs, he trips or something and he only does one. So, once you get outside of his grip and he stops chasing, loop around so that he kind of runs into that back wall. And this is the key, because he really needs to be on that back wall so that you don't push him on the stairs and he's not near the stairs to catch you, because again, you're so slow on the stairs. So against that back wall, now you can run into him and stab him, and when you push him away, your body will be closer to the stairs than his, and you'll be able to just quickly turn to the right and get up the stairs while he's still staggering. Outside this next door is a big G monster, and what you want to do is loop around him. So run straight through the door, way more than I do in this video. Do a bigger loop than this. I mean, look how close I ran to him. You want to run more of a big loop around him just so he can't grab you. But the idea is to run and loop around him there, and run to this ladder back here, and as soon as you get to the ladder, you should start going down it, and then go down the ladder. When you get to the bottom, you need to walk because lickers are coming. So just walk to the door. There's a way to run as well if you want to do that. Basically, you just hug the pipe on the left and then do a 90-degree. Run straight, and then when they jump by, turn right angle. And at this point, we're on the grand finale. You should probably have 3 knives left. That would be a good number to have. The more, the better. But 3 would be great right here. And basically everything happens outside here. So run through the gate and make a right angle turn alongside the ivy there. And just follow until somebody hits you. The plant might get you, that guy might get you. Then I try to get back to that wall and kind of follow the L shape. And there's a guy on the ground that will jump up and grab you. I dodge him here by running on his legs. But you actually might want to get hit by him because the zombie on the left will eat you from behind if you don't dodge perfectly. Here what we need to do is run down the stairs a little. Not all the way, because if he tackles you, you'll be on the stairs and you can't use your knife. The idea is we get down there a little and he moves. And now we run past the cop and around Mr. X. So don't go too far down the stairs or Mr. X will trap you. Once you get back to the top, run back around Mr. X and around the cop, and the guy at the bottom of the stairs should have moved and turned his back. So run to his back so that he misses you, and run to the backs of the zombies if they're against the wall. If they're not against the wall, run into their stomach so that you use the knife. I got pretty lucky there as well, as none of them grabbed me, but I did have knives if I needed them. And that is the end. You escape there, and you are home free. Run to the gate. Hopefully this walkthrough helped you complete the game. There are parts with the dogs and the stairs, and then that ending part where it's going to be hard to replicate what the walkthrough tells you, and there's a lot of randomness in the game as well, where zombies might have different patterns or be in a different place. I don't think I'm going to do a walkthrough for the other 4 Tofus, but if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or tweet me at where'sbarryb, and I can answer you, because there's a couple different strategies for those bonus games. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you or if you have your own strategies for different areas that I missed. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my other walkthrough video for Hunk.